Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at 3 tools that you can use to clone your hard drive. These tools are completely free and you can easily download them and use them at any time. So in this video I'm going to show you the 3 tools and I'm going to show you how they actually work. So the first thing that you would want to do is just go on your browser. So I have linked all the links to these tools in the description. So our first tool that we have is called DiskCopy. So this is one tool you can use to copy either the whole entire disk, or you can use it to copy a partition of the disk. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how this tool actually works as well. And our second tool is this here. So this tool allows us to do 2 things: either backup our disk or clone a disk. So this one is the one that we're going to be using in the video, and you can easily download the free version as you can see from here. So we're going to look at all these things that it can do as well. Then we've got our third tool, which is called DiskGenius. Again, this one is another free tool that we're going to use to clone disks and partition on our computer. So let's jump into the first tool, which is DiskCopy. So once you open the DiskCopy software, you notice you've got other options at the top. The first option, which is a default option, is copy disk. So this will copy the whole entire disk. So whatever is in that disk will be copied to another disk. Or you can choose partition. This will allow you to select an actual partition that you would want to copy over to the next disk. So you need to make sure and pay attention to the drive later. So in this case, I'm going to use the disk copy. Then I'm going to select my source. This is where all my information is. So once you select that, you will see it load, and it will give you a target disk. So this is where all the information is going to go to. So in our case, I'm going to choose a 500 gig hard drive here. So as you can see, this is going to be my layout, as you can see there. So now from here, I can now specify the partition style. You can hover on the actual setting to see the preview of what it does. So now here, make the target disk bootable. So again, this will make it that this hard drive, I can just remove it from here and plug it into the computer and it will work exactly the same. Then here at the bottom, if you do not want to move over the actual information that was deleted previously or your restore points, you can always leave this as checked. Otherwise, you can untick it if you want all that information to move over to the different drive. I'll leave this as is. Then here, once you're happy with all the settings, you just click Start Disk Copy, and as you can see, it's going to tell you that whatever is going to be in the other disk is going to be deleted. So you just need to make sure there's nothing on that disk and just click yes. Then this software should start doing its thing. So it will erase the hard drive and start doing what it needs to do. And you'll notice that it will create all those partitions that it found so that it can start transferring the data over, and you should have a successful transfer. Alright, so now let's look at our next software, which is DiskGenius. So once you open up your DiskGenius, this is the interface you're going to see. So you have your hard drive at the top, it's partitions, hard drive is partitions, hard drive is partition. So here, if you want to clone a specific drive, you need to make sure you either select it, for example, that is highlighted like that, or if you want to clone a partition, you can select a partition, for example, drive E. Then here, once you select your drive, you can come here where it says tools, then you can come here where it says clone partition. So here, if you click on clone partition, you'll notice that it will ask you to select your destination or your target drive where you're going to store that information. So for example, if I've got this local disk F, this is where I want to store my information, I can click OK. So now as you can see, my source partition is Playboy, which is the one we selected earlier. Then here we've got our target drive, which is a local disk F. That's the one I selected that I want to transfer my files to. So here, as you can see, set to copy all files. Then here I can select what happens once it's finished. So I can click there and I can specify either standby, hibernate, or whatever. So I can leave it on standby, for example, or I can not give it any other option. So here, as you can see, prevent system from sleeping during execution. So this is important that your PC doesn't go off while this is happening. So you need to make sure that you leave it checked. Then you can just click start, and then it will warn you that anything that is under that disk F will be deleted. So you just want to make sure that you click OK to verify. So here you just want to make sure you set it to log and execute, so that no files can be written to that drive while it's being popped, so that you don't lose any form of information. So now, as you can see, the process has completely started, and this process might take some time depending on the type of hard drives that you have, but this is how you would perform a disk clone or a partition clone on Disk Genius. Again, completely free. So let's look at our third and final tool, which is also nice and handy. So here we've got this tool here. This tool, again, it also gives us the options that we want. For example, do we want to do a system clone, or do we want to do a disk clone, or do we want to do a partition clone? Again, this depends with what you want to do, so you choose the appropriate one. So here you notice it says choose a disk you want to clone. So here we are specifying the source drive where the information is. So again, it's up to you to specify. So I've selected partition here as well. Then I can choose any partition of my choice here. So depending on which partition you would want to clone, you just want to specify that. So I'll choose this partition and go next. So this now will allow me to choose my destination drive, so which is where is this information going to be stored. So here I want to select the partition. So for example, I'm going to store it in this partition F. So once I'm happy with the choice that I've made here, I just need to click here where it says next. So as you can see here, it's giving us a summary of what we've selected, or a review. So here we just need to make sure that all the information that we've selected is correct. Once everything is correct and we are happy, you can review other settings. For example, here you can do a sector by sector clone. This will make sure that it's an exact copy of that hard drive. Otherwise, if that is not very important to you, just leave it the way it is. Then here you can just click where it says proceed. So here it's also going to warn you that you're going to remove all the information from that destination drive. So if you're happy with that, just click yes, and then leave the software to do its thing. So again, it will start initializing and doing all the necessary steps for cloning that hard drive. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more PC tips like this. And also watch this video here up here if you want to see how to recover deleted files using different tools. I have videos on my channel related to that. See you in the next video.